You a Coke?
And if you want one, buy you one.
Oh, wow, thank you.
4 minutes, people.
Anybody else want it? No.
Some ice water, that'd be good. Thank you, my friend.
Nice.
I welcome you, my
Or
friends. Come inside.
just some water. Couple. Whatever you want to do it in, bro. Preferably a cup, clean one.
Why does it look yellow? Like you're
Alrighty, up and running.
Phone.
Minutes. All phones on silent.
okay.
Okay, make sure it's working.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of.
Yep.
We don't know what
3
we're
minutes.
Anything exciting happening that we need to talk about on the show?
Check. Here's the vocals. Here we go. Check one.
I'm here.
Can you hear everybody? Can everybody hear each other? One, testing one. Check.
We'll hear nothing.
You guys don't hear it.
Yes, but he has my volume all the way up.
I don't hear something.
Keep talking.
Okay, now I can hear. You're number 2, I think.
As long as I'm number one, and don't step in number 2.
I'm number 3. What the hell does that mean?
Hey now.
You can put me down
Okay.
You're,
Okay.
number 1.
Read that.
So I'm,
How's that going?
and I'm not,
Go on
but,
here. How's that?
and I'm number 2. Off the.
You're number 2.
Two.
Why that one?
Yeah, but you know what's weird?
Yes, sir.
I don't hear it there.
Thank you, sir. Okay, this is up and it's running, so that we can listen.
Thank you, Jose. Yeah, I can.
All right.
Okay.
Can everybody hear?
Yes, sir. Hablo español.
Yo también.
Welcome to
Minute and a half. Here we go.
Dude, chips. Sonia and Dion,
15 on the
Julia and little
Second
Jose,
at 15.
and we have the audience.
Numero. Show number 5.
Show.
Here we go.
Is it number 15?
This is a quinceañera.
You said you wanted to do something.
I know, we thought about that. I just.
Wow.
Celebrating 15 years in broadcasting. You're going to no wait. Not 15 years.
Show.
15 shows.
Actually, it was 15 years ago.
30 seconds.
Chips and salsa. 15.
You guys know it's 15 days until my birthday?
Hey.
No, I'm just kidding. Hey, where do I plug this in? Oh, wait, you haven't plugged it.
It's already plugged in, dude.
Sorry.
Make sure it's working, bro. I've got 10 seconds. Here we go.
Just make sure you keep it on in here on Central City Radio. And make sure you keep it on. Chips and salsa are coming up next.
Welcome to and Salsa. I'm Martin Gonzalez and can I call you friends? My closest friends.
The last check didn't clear. No, I'm just kidding.
As long as the check as long as the check clears, you are my friend.
There we go. Mine told me all the time.
Congratulations, they're celebrating 15 years of Chips and This is our not 15 years. This is the 15th. Okay, well that's a completely different thing. But congratulations to us on our 15th show. The big 1-5. It's
Quinceañera show.
oh,
Quinceañera or quinceañera?
it's a quinceañera.
You didn't really?
Show.
I'm
Huh? You didn't?
one Mexican woman who didn't have one.
Wow.
You know what? Quinceañera for you. We're gonna have to sell. We're gonna
That
everything quince.
is it going to be you, me, or George who's going to walk her down the aisle?
Los chambelanes. Going to be your chambelanes. Oh,
Too funny. Aww.
And we have
that's right. We have
Myron Jackson.
For the second segment, we're going to have a really special.
Yes, we are. We're, well, let's just kind of acknowledge everyone and excited about the studio audience. excited about Dallas, making sure that we're sounding looking good, and
Trying to at
Jose
least.
has got. I mean,
streaming?
it's so funny because it's like got a delay.
It's a little bit of a delay,
A little
right?
bit of a delay, but anyway.
Yeah, we're streaming live on YouTube, so this anybody,
Hey, and if you go on our Facebook site and tell us what we
Yeah,
look like.
tell us, yeah.
You look stupid or
We always
my
look
new
stupid.
hairdo that I'm.
It's nice. It looks kind of like a modified Bieber.
off his gray hair. That's
It looks good, dude.
He's a believer, but producer Julian and Risen, and he's such a great guy. We're so happy he's here, and we there, and Sonia. Hello, Sonia. She's waving, and we've got a live studio audience. There's a lot going on in here, So, and I want to say congratulations on our 15th show, the over 250,000 people in January.
Yeah.
Hopefully, a good percentage of those were Latinos, right? Because a lot of people have been out of work.
Jobs and because we had so much rain, we kind of got to cut everything down. Already hired 3 people because it's really bad.
So that's good.
It could be 250,000 people.
A job.
A job is more people went to work, and that's a good thing for everybody.
It is good.
Yeah, and as you know, the Reverend Myron Jackson, and here as a guest in studio, and we have some very interesting topics that we're going to be sharing as he comes on board, and then George is going to have a military moment for us later on in the show. Is that correct, George?
Yes.
Excited about that. So on the Facebook today, there's been a lot of talk about Brian. We've been following the. We've been doing shows for 15 years. Technically,
Mind.
but it was like 15 seconds. Anyway, but yeah, so about ethics in journalism and
Now, real quick, while you're doing that, what exactly is the ethics problem? What is the reason why Brian Williams is the guy on NBC?
yes,
Or is it CBS? I don't know. I'm having to play the exactly going on. So
Burro.
exactly. Did he stay in the air? What did he do?
Brian Williams, when he released covering news and Iraq, may have believed that he had made news with the facts, and so his called into question, signaling a little turmoil. If Brian Williams, in fact, was telling the truth, did he embellish some of the facts to improve the ratings of the network? Certainly, we know that from history that has happened. That type of thing does go on. It wasn't too long ago. Heather was fired from CBS. It's notorious. Literally making up stories just for the sake of improving Facebook. Where do you get your news? And do you the news? I think those are really significant questions. Like
I get mine online.
You get
most
yours
of the time.
online,
Yeah,
like
most of the time.
BuzzFeed, for example, or
Yeah, well, I have the on my phone, so anything that I consider to be pertinent, I already have like a little, it'll let me know when things are coming up or whatever. So
Those blurbs. Hey, listen, just I want to interject here. Did you all know Brian Williams says he's stepping down from the broadcast for several days? That's just the update as of a few hours ago.
now, did he really do that, or was it just something he embellished again?
Since he said seven in a row.
He'll be on tomorrow. God.
Never mind. He is temporarily removing himself from the network's nightly broadcasts. Following revelations, he made false statements about his experience in Iraq 2003.
I didn't even know.
I get my news. Some of it, I'm going to say, there's a source on Facebook who beats Fox News, and she's extremely reliable. Sometimes
Really?
that's where I get my news. Where do you get yours, Mark?
you know what? I listen to the radio, listen to talk radio, for example, a little bit of that, and I do watch local news at night just to get the headlines. I do still, on occasion, go to print sources like the Wall Street Journal. I feel they're a reputable source. But seriously, for the sake of convenience, a lot of the news I get anymore, and it's more entertainment and information news you can use, but MSN.
Really?
Because I'm on the internet. Yeah, so I'm on the internet a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on my laptop and computer a lot. So, and I use the MSN as my homepage. So there's so I get a lot of my news from MSN, and a lot of that is informational kind of news, like what are the 5 best cars for 2015, stuff like that. But as far as news, it seems like I'm going there. What about you?
I listen to Fox News a lot. I mean, I watch. I also have the Sirius XM in my car, so in the drive home, a lot of times I do that. I also have a couple of talk radio guys that are usually ahead of the stories.
Mm-hmm.
It's broadcast out of Tucson, and it seems he's got a couple of sources, and they're always sometimes months ahead of time stories. So, but you and I, all of us, we're kind of news junkies, so it's a little different.
So I guess,
but do you trust the sources?
Yeah, I was going to say, our internet question of the day: do you trust the sources that are giving you? So, where do you get it from? And do you trust him? Tell us who it is. And then kind of also, why do you trust him? I'd like to say that and just say, yes, I do trust him, or meh, whatever. Then say that, because I'd like to know that as well. I mean,
do you have anyone you trust?
I trust us.
That's
that other than Chips and Salsa, because of course we are the pinnacle of everything trustworthy. So
that's right. We operate with integrity.
Can I say one thing though, guys? I don't know. I came from a different era. Or I guess I came from a different type of entertainment.
Just say yes, viejo.
No, and because of that, I came out of the the slot, if you will, or whatever, of more entertainment radio, not news radio. So I'll be honest with you. I'm not happy on what Brian Williams did, but on my end, because of the fact that what I used to come from, or what my radio, do people feel it's that big a deal that he technically, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that
the only thing you lied about either. They're asking. There's coming into questions about during Katrina.
That's right.
That he claimed to have seen.
What?
Yeah, that starts coming out. I don't know. I don't watch Brian Williams, but he always looked like somebody that had cred because people knew who he was. And
He's a dirty liar.
He seemed to have look credible. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Who do you trust, Mark?
Myself.
I like Glenn Beck. If I'm looking at something that's a little more in depth for the story behind the story and a little more information than just the headlines, I kind of like how he interprets the headlines of the day.
And he does a lot of research,
yes,
too.
he's very well researched, and I also like Bill O'Reilly. So there are two guys that are. So your answer, I think, for me, it's trust based on.
I like Al Sharpton.
That they're willing to go to that extra effort.
What?
Al Sharpton.
Who owes
Why are you guys looking at
$1,000 to New York from taxes?
Look, so he owes a little bit of cash. Who
Don't
doesn't
we
these
all?
days?
I mean, come on.
We'll be back in a minute. It's Chips and Salsa, guys.
Cyber House www.centralcityradio.
Dude, where did they go?
Oh man, this hit stop.
What is the deal? Chips and Salsa stuff.
Sam throwing.
You have coming up.
You have something, but you can pick it up.
Yeah, I think
None of those commercials.
No.
It didn't work.
They're coming up.
Try two.
Are you able
Try the second one. One of them I don't remember didn't work the last week. That
Reverend
one.
Jackson, how good to see you.
Is that working?
Try that one.
Can you hear me now?
Hi, I'm Joan London. And if you're worried about your character when living alone, like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, Place for Mom.
Yeah, that's not working. We're gonna have.
Living.
Yeah, it's
You'll
all
get great
good.
information on assisted living, Alzheimer's
Well, it's
care,
coming through
nursing
TuneIn
homes,
just
or by now.
in the day, but TuneIn is fine.
Not just
Mark's even able to record it.
Can you hear?
Can you record and tune in?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. What's going on?
No, I'm
What's going on?
speaking. All right.
You can't hear his because I have it turned down right now, guys.
Oh.
I'm turning everybody down. Hold on.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living Place for Mom, this is a free service, and you can
The segment was a
If you're struggling to find reliable senior living for your mom or dad, then call or go online. Help you bring this therapy. Call now 800-471-5173.
Back already? That's still playing.
Ready?
I'll write down some hashtags.
And you are listening to Chips and Salsa. We're here every Saturday night at 6 p.m. broadcasting live from Central City Radio.
Oh, yeah.
Tempe, Arizona. Should we say that? Tempe, Arizona?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. We're the international studios of Chips and
Slada here in the Montajete with Mr. Marco Gonzalez.
Thank you very much.
George Ortiz. Big Ben, Little Benson, right?
Out today. We'll find out today. Everybody saw the Facebook, on our Facebook. I did put up another video. We'll
By the
find
way,
out.
was
where
that
we're
you? Was that you exercising that was on Chips and Salsa and fell and started exercising?
Yeah. You got to go and see that video, everybody. That's hilarious.
all of how Alice got behind me that fast with that video.
I wish I could have
Well, I'm just saying because then I started working out and I had to get after that because I was.
Go to our Chips and Salsa Show Facebook site, and if you haven't liked it already, do. And go talk to, we got Sonia over there. She's womaning the Facebook site.
She's womaning.
Everybody on YouTube right now can see Sonia because Jose's got it, and Sonia's turned her face. Alrighty, now you can see the background.
Our quinceañera show, number 15. We're very excited about it. I never had a quinceañera, so this is, I can kind of do this one. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe we'll get up like during the break. You guys can escort me in or something.
Aww. What's a song for quinceañeras? Manitas. Manitas is for your birthday, but that'd be some song.
Juan
Wait.
Tamalero.
No, and it's not like cucaracha.
One tamalera.
Tamalero. All right.
Little Jose is our research director, and he's looking into.
He knows the most Mexican culture, I think.
He's the most Mexican
He
Indian.
is. He's awesome.
El mero mexicano.
We have a really awesome guest with us coming up here next. I just want to give a quick shout out though. I do have my husband's and my great niece Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Hey guys.
And I have my great nephew. Howdy, Judy. All right. Now
Oh, Judy.
we're gonna.
Okay.
How- Judy's the last name, I think.
Yes, he's been on before. Great radio. To steal
We
a
know.
phrase somebody else said. We have the Reverend Myron Jackson. How are you, Reverend?
Right now, I'm doing fine. My sayings, I'm trusting in the Lord and doing fine.
So happy to have you here. And just a little wrap up about him. If you recall, he did run for office in the South Mountain GOP district, which is a highly, very strong Democrat
That's a strong district,
He
yeah.
ran for the state house, and he is a Republican.
Amen.
Da-da-da-da.
We
Right
forgive
on.
you.
He's a minority Republican like me. I'm a Latino Republican. And he
I'm a
has
black Republican.
Well, there you go.
Proud of it.
Man.
so many things to talk to you about. First of all, we have to hit the president's speech this week. It was a prayer breakfast, right?
Yes.
Okay. And in that speech, he wasn't Christians there.
He made some comments that he was at a prayer breakfast, not a news.
Okay.
Comments he made as far as he talked about the Spanish Inquisition and people had been killed in the name of Christ. And even here at home in America, people have been killed in the name of Christ. And just because these Islamic terrorists are killing people with their religion, that we should think any different or any highly of ourselves, because the same thing that happened here in America. I beg to differ with Mr. Obama. First of all, because they are doing it, according to what he said, because of an ideology. Well, when black in America, it was because of Southern Democrats who were upset because a Republican president by the name of Abraham Lincoln, a black man by the name of Frederick Douglass, Republican, that this president set the slaves free. And not only had he set them free, he had property and to run for public office. And in doing that, because of this strategy that Southern Democrats had, that they wanted to keep blacks under their thumb and subjected to them, they decided the best way to do it, to burn, to kill. And it was not done in the name of Christ. It was done in the name of terror, an ideology that is being used the terrorists and that ISIS is doing right now, killing people.
Reverend Jackson, can you get off the fence and, a little bit
Pick a
passionate
side,
about
player.
this?
He didn't find it funny. I'll stop it.
I'm very serious because as a Christian, as a preacher, Mr. President, if you're going to make a statement, make a correct statement. If you're going to talk about things that happen in America, about people being killed in the name of Christ, make sure you're saying it correctly, because they were not killed in the name of Christ. They were killed in the name of superiority. They were killed in the name of supremacy. They may have wore their robes. They may have had combs on their head, but they were not in the name of Christ. They were doing it in the name of a superiority, supremacy ideology that they wanted blacks to them and keep them in slavery.
Well, I will say, Reverend Jackson, we just talked a moment ago about the fact that the unemployment rate's going down. So we have a black president now who obviously helping the black people getting jobs. Isn't that a good thing?
When you look at the overall percentage of people getting jobs, look in the black community, because in the black community, that does not really affect the whole.
Okay.
And a lot of that you're saying the jobs, they have gotten part-time jobs that has been included in that percentage, saying they're employed because they got part-time jobs. Had people that had 10-hour work weeks, and because of that, they were saying they're employed.
Right.
That was included in that percentage also.
So, are you saying? And I read a whole report. I think Clifton Webb or something did. He talked about how the unemployment figures are not really accurate. In fact, I think teenage blacks, 20%.
Hold on, Alice. I heard these unemployment Williams personally, so I'm just saying.
They've got to be true, right?
They have to be rock solid.
They've got to be true. So when did
just kidding.
Well, if they're solid, I ain't blaming.
Did Brian? Okay, I didn't know if he broadcast that as well.
So in addition to the crusade and what? Trust the president. We're talking about trusting Brian Williams, but what about our own president?
The thing that I this, and I have to say it with not being hypocritical, not being facetious or dogmatic. The presidency, I saw a movie, 1600 Avenue.
Good movie.
And one of the actors there said, the presidency is an institution. It's not a man. So when you look at the presidency as an institution of integrity, honesty, respect, dignity, I see that America is seeing right now. Now, President Obama personally, I don't have an axe to grind personally, but as a black American, as American period, we need a president. If I into the news, a Jordanian president went after ISIS with everything, said they will not stop until they have destroyed these Islamic radical terrorists that is terrorizing their country. We have a president that refuses to identify the enemy as Islamic radical terrorists.
Yeah, he doesn't even want to say that word. He's virus. He does not in his vocabulary. He does not want to say that when that's what it is.
Say that.
Hootie?
Well, I can say that because I know that they're a terrorist.
Say it.
And I think any intelligent Latino out there would say the same thing, and any intelligent or Latino out in the community would say the same thing, that ISIS is a terrorist group.
Absolutely.
Afraid to say it, and I'm not afraid to say it. And Byron has said it.
And we're not afraid to.
More people should say it, and they should bring it up to Mr. Obama.
And we're not afraid because we do have to pay some bills. So
yeah.
We'll wrap this up right
Let's keep. Would you be okay hanging out with us for Reverend?
Well, if you have me, guess who's coming to dinner?
I'm going to take that back in a minute. We're right here on Chips and Salsa.
The GED.
I get upset because he tries the color code.
You want me to put these things back on?
Okay. Like.
And that's the funniest intro scene that we have. I really
You still like that one?
I still like that one, yeah. You're listening to Chips and Salsa Show, and we are talking this segment once again because he's so powerful. Reverend Myron Jackson, who ran for office, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that as well. One of the things, Reverend Jackson, that I believe that our president, we were talking about before, President Obama, is responsible for is bringing more minorities into the Republican Party.
He's the most valuable player for the Republicans.
More than Reince Priebus.
What be saying is thank you.
Yes, well, that's a good spin. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for your presidency. Thank you for what you have said and how you've let people down and then driving them over to us. Even becoming conservative Republicans. Constant and want to hold the Constitution high. Say we believe in the Constitution. And we want to hold it high and have a country that lives according to what our Constitution says. Not talk about it, but live it out.
And part of living that out, I think you have maybe a little announcement you'd like to share?
Yes, I am Reverend Myron Jackson. In 2016, I'll be running for the state senate for 20. So anyone that would like to support, you can contact me through Chips and Salsa.
Nice.
If I'm not here, get in touch with Ben or Alice, Laura, and we will be back in touch with you.
Hey, congratulations.
Congratulations.
You will have more information coming from me and be discussing more. But getting back to the issue at hand, we have a country in dire straits. And I'm not going to blame it all on President Obama. I'm going to blame it. People that have sat back and done nothing, complained, talked about, but done nothing. It ain't about talking about, it's about being about. Business at hand. We have the greatest country in the world, the most powerful Department of Defense in the world. We are looked upon as the helper. We can't help the world if we don't first help ourselves. We can't straighten out Iraq, Afghanistan, if we don't straighten out America first. Thank you.
You know, a lot of people are very dissatisfied with our federal government. The trend on local. So the fact that you're going to run for state senate, that's really
pretty
good.
cool. Yeah, definitely. I didn't want,
Start.
Alice. I did want to jump in on something else. I don't know if you heard about this girl in New Jersey, Reverend Jackson. In New Jersey, this was a girl who I guess they were doing the Pledge of Allegiance, if I'm correct. I'm trying to remember the story, and I'll fill you in a little bit on it there, Reverend Jackson. The young girl wanted to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then it says, "Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all." Well, the atheists came through and unhappy at the fact that it said they actually sued, and it says that that it could be in there. I wanted to see kind of what you thought in that case. You know what I mean? You're a reverend. I would assume you were pretty happy about it, but at the same time, you know, what do you think on this whole situation? I love our court systems, and I think at the same time, I'm sitting thinking I really think you can bring pretty much anything for anybody. You can sue anyone for any reason, you know. And in this case, this is one of those where sued the girl. It's one of, if I'm correct.
Yeah, let me just read at the end of this article. It says school district officials had claimed theirs to have a daily pledge. In the court filing, the district wrote the plaintiffs can't claim a violation of equal protection because all students are treated equally by not having to recite the pledge.
When I was a kid coming up in grade school, that's been some time back, we took pride in the Pledge of Allegiance. And I can't understand where America has gotten to the point where it's a disgrace to say the Pledge of Allegiance, that under God, indivisible, liberty, and all. Mm-hmm. We cannot. Justice, liberty is free, but cheap.
Okay.
You know, one of the things I'm thinking about as you were talking about that is, I would ask, where would this world be without the United States? The United States was created by God. It's the world, human history to be today. And as I think about Scripture, Old Testament, where you might have had a time where a people like the Israelites had a prophet, and they said, "We don't want a prophet. We want a king," because they wanted what other nations had. Realized how exceptional they were. We are an exceptional country, but I think that it goes back to the that we have as individuals. We shouldn't say we need to trade gold for lead. We should keep what is unique and special about us. And under God, special, a uniquely peaceful country because we were saved by God to be here at this time. Even imagine what this world would be without the United States.
This country was founded on biblical principles. There's one man in America that I highly respect. Every king in the Bible, there was a king and there was a prophet. And the prophet was the one that kept the king spiritually correct. There's one in America was the prophet, the president we've had, except now, and that was Billy Graham. He
Mm-hmm.
was not afraid to tell Nixon wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He was not afraid to tell he was wrong about his, to tell any president we had as to praise them for their right. Look to him for spiritual, but Billy Graham was, and will always be a man that is held high in regard in the Christian world. This president has no prophet that he answers to or he goes to that we, the country, know of. Everyone knew.
What about
Yeah, I
Wright?
was just going to ask about Reverend.
What about Reverend Wright?
Jeremiah Wright, in his own right, is one of the greatest preachers in the country, regardless of what people may think and what they preacher in his own right. One of the things that he said when the issue came up and Obama was running for office, he said something that's very unique. He said, "I'm a preacher and he's a politician. Don't say what a preacher's supposed to say, and because he's a politician, he's going to say what a politician has to say, because he wants to be president."
Very true.
But I remember, just like Reverend Jackson remembers when I was in school, and I too was very proud to say the pledge. And to this day, I'm very proud when I say those words. But they're teaching, they're putting in the minds of kids and in the public that it's bad to say it, to go that direction, because we're proud to be an American. We're proud of our soldiers that fight for us for the freedom that we have. We're not out there in Egypt and Iraq and stuff where freedoms are not, or even Saudi Arabia, where women don't have freedom. You know, they have to be veiled. They have to be, we have to start looking back on our, for some of the stuff that we're doing.
You know, I was listening to you. One of the things that, Ben, that I think about when you were asking questions, prayer was taken out of school by one little old woman that petitioned the Supreme Court, Madeline O'Hara, and the petition, and the church was silent.
Look at where we're at.
Ourselves.
Man, and
What
if I'm
happened
not
to we-
silent now, we're going to go right over these commercials.
Okay.
And I hate to tell you, we're going to have to wait and pause for the cost for a little bit. Come back for a moment right here on Chips and Salsa. You guys.
Here at the GED Pep Talk Center, pep talks that can
Do
motivate
you think that I'm
Sometimes things
gonna
don't
get
always
beat
turn
up?
out the way you want it.
I didn't think.
Welcome back to the Chips and Salsa Show. On the air. And,
All right.
listen,
Years.
I like to do a shout out to or a mention for a retired Lieutenant Commander Joe Langdale, the oldest living survivor from the USS Arizona, who passed away at the age of 100. Joe requested that his ashes be interred with his fellow shipmates inside the USS Arizona, which will take place on December the 7th. Please join us and the Chips and Salsa for retired Lieutenant Joe Langdale and for his loved ones and for all those men and women who have risked and given their lives to preserve and protect the freedom throughout the world that we have. May God bless them all. And also, I want to mention Ronald Reagan's birthday was a few days ago, and
Friday, I think.
yeah, and to me, he was one of the greatest presidents, and you know, he had a few faults, but he did a lot, and I respect him as a president, and we need more presidents like him.
Hey guys, can I give a quick shout out? I know we're right, but I want to make sure we do give a few shout outs as well. And one of them already fits into this. We have a few people who we're about ready to go meet with, and I want to be able to give them a little love so that way they love them. We want them here. We want to give them a big radio hug, if you will. As well as Meat Chips. They've both been on the show. They're very excited about the show, and we're going to be meeting hopefully this week or in the near future here.
Tuesday would be better.
Yeah, exactly. As well as this one, I would love for them to be a sponsor, but I don't know. Hospice of the Valley. I wanted to a big guys because I know they not only help people, they help. I know they help a lot of veterans. They help a lot of people.
My sister right now.
Are they?
Yeah, they're
wow.
working with my sister. She's very, and they're all the kind and my sister needs, and thankful for Hospice of the Valley. And it's not for profit, you know, it's a non-profit organization.
That's pretty. I mean, they don't need money. They just mean right. They're not trying to make a profit on your life or whatever like that. But sorry,
not that there's anything wrong with that.
That's right. That's right.
So, anyways, I want and whatnot. And this military moment, you know, go ahead, guys. I didn't want to cut you guys off.
This is a 100-year-old about.
And he served on the USS Arizona.
Wow.
And he wants to be interred his fellowship on board the U.S. And they're going to do that on December the 7th. And I you know, I just send a shout out to him and his family, or his family.
Now, when you be entered in, what is Arizona one of the ones
interred?
Interred? What does that mean? That
buried.
Sounds really bad.
It's another word for buried.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Enterrado.
His ashes.
Internment.
Gotcha. Putting him. Where's the Arizona? That was one of the ones that was shot
in Hawaii.
In Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So are they going to turn around and put his ashes in underneath with all the other ones?
I don't know how they do that, but
wow.
It's
And also, we have it's everything's about Arizona. The young woman from Prescott, Georgia.
Well, she was. I don't know too much about. I know that she was being, even though she was trying to help the Syrian people. You know, Doctors Without Borders or something, and I know she was a hostage, and Jordan. They're claiming that Jordan, when they bombed, that she was killed in that area.
Right.
So
Kayla Mueller, evidently.
And she was at the time.
Yeah, and she knew what the danger she was in, and her work. But
you know, I would feel. Here's how I always consider those those areas. They pretty much have already made their peace, and they understand what they're doing. And we don't ever want to. I mean, if anything, they're heroes the minute that they go out there. You know, but in my mentality, you know, if I'm going to go to an area like that, like I have friends of mine who've gone into areas, like I had one buddy of mine who was in Afghanistan, but he was like a cook. I said, "What are you doing?" He says, "Bud, sometimes you got and I'm not a gun kind of guy, but I can cook. So he was over there. I don't know what they're called. It wasn't like the military part with the military, the cook stuff, and you can get killed. He goes, oh yeah, no, I'm right in the trenches. He goes, if a bomb goes over, whatever, they can kill me in a second. He goes, but I've worked it out, and I'm peace that I know that I'm doing right, and I am where I'm supposed to be, and because of that, if I get killed, so be it. You know, and I think that a lot of those girls, like this young lady, I would assume, you know.
And see, they're not sure if she was killed or she was killed prior, because that person in Jordan, that soldier that was killed and burned alive prior.
A month ago, yeah.
Was he really?
Yeah. And they made it seem like he was just burned recently.
Talk about not in the news.
So they don't know. First, they can't verify that she was killed. Secondly, they can't verify when she was killed. They might have killed her before, and they're using Jordan as an excuse to get people to go.
So that way they can,
go against Jordan.
Said Friday, the Islamic State confirmed her identity. That Ms. Mueller, she's only 26. She was an aid worker from Prescott, had been killed in the falling rubble of a building. But as you say, in Syria, who really knows?
If it was something on Fox News that I was watching, made the comment that these terrorists are using like this to met our emotions and to get us to react, and one of the news said, you know, it's not that they want to affect us emotionally.
Oh, absolutely.
And my concern is for the family, and that lifted up in prayer. If she's alive, fine, we would love to see her come home. If she's not alive and she's been killed already, then Christian, as a minister, my obligation is to pray for that family, that God would comfort them and strengthen them,
give them that peace
in a time like this, because it could be any of us. It could have been, you know, it could have been anyone. All the soldiers that were killed, the guys back from Afghanistan and Iraq that were mangled. And the country act as if, you know, so what? These men have sacrificed, these women have sacrificed their lives. It's time for the country to and you appreciate what you've done.
I remember when my grandfather, my dad's side, all of my dad's family is all military. My grandfather was Army, my uncles and my all of them were either some type of Marine, Navy, all the branches. And I remember asking my grandmother one time, because she had 3 girls, I said, you know, Grandma, you know, when they all saw some type of action, the only one that did it was my dad. Some type of thing on his ear, and they wouldn't allow him to go, but everybody else went. And were you scared back then? And she goes, well, I'm a mom. Of course I was scared. She goes, but I prayed for every one of my boys and my girls, and I had already given them to the Lord, and I had said, Lord, if I can see them again, great. If not, then I understand that. So, and I don't know if I think a lot of parents, moms and dads, especially when they have kids in the military like that, to worry or concern is your heart. I couldn't do it if I was a parent.
You brought up a really worry about this all the time. We have so much on Facebook, we watch the news, everything's instantaneous. And just like I was talking to my husband during the Vietnam War, 1,000 people here died, whatever died. Granted, I mean, you have to stop and realize the seriousness of it all. And here is most of us are Latinos and minorities. We really services, as you just said, man, we're service driven.
Absolutely. Well, you know, my that's all. I remember asking my dad before he went into the ministry and did all that kind of stuff. I'd asked him. I was like, "Well, did you ever want to go to the military?" He goes, "Son, you don't even know. That was all my family. We were all about military. We were about." Because I did not have hair, you know, from the top of my head to the bottom of all football on the top of my head, because underneath my little, what are those little napkin kind of hats?
Was that Air Force?
I don't know. It's ROTC. It's the one. You know what I'm talking about? It's kind of like looks like a little
folding napkin.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to show disrespect. I'm just being. I'm sorry, guys, but it is what it is. You know, you kind of have the thing there, and that was. He says the only reason why I had that my ball and go in front of the sergeant or whatever, and he'd go, Sanchez, you got in here under that? He's like, no, sir. He goes, you know, and so I mean. Those people out there, thank you so much for your time and your sacrifice. That is so huge.
And Ben, let's not forget to give Charlie Ellis a shout out too for his show here.
Big time CFO.
Over here. Mondays at 8 a.m.
Absolutely right. As well. We're going to be back in a minute with more of Chips and Salsa, and we're going to find out whether I lost weight or if I gained another 25 pounds.
My God.
We'll be back.
The question, did anybody come answer the question that we have?
Welcome back right here to Chips and Salsa. Chips and Salsa, we have a little store on chipsandsalsashow.com. It's right, chipsandsalsashow.com. Is that right, guys?
Yes.
You can go over there and I need YouTube real quick to go and take a shot of our I guess he's our mascot. George is he's got the
George is
Chips and
the
Salsa
mascot.
shirt. I know. He's got the shirt on, he's got the new mug. Look at that. You guys can get these wonderful products right on chipsandsalsashow.com. There is a spot right there where you can go shop and get some of those lovely items. We'd love to see you in them, and it makes you look a lot prettier.
That beautiful was created by my great niece, Monica Lara.
Oh, absolutely. Big load to Monica, as well as Dave. His name, what's your...
David Beasley.
David Beasley, right. He's the one who did the music you just heard there a moment ago.
Attorney, and he served in the Air Force as well.
Did he really? Wow. Alrighty, guys. Well, last week you heard, and I'm defeated, guys. I ain't gonna lie. I'll catch up Reverend Jackson, who's in here as well. I've been trying to work out, for the whole, New Year's resolution. Now that we're on, I'm looking at myself. I look pretty nice. Hey, I got the 2 thumbs up from Jose. But, I started noticing I look like Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars, and it just didn't look on. I said, this year, I just hit 40. I need to start losing some weight. So pacifier out, and I said I just hit 40, and I'm I want to start losing some weight for my kids, later on and whatnot. So we started in 2 weeks ago. I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. We brought a scale in here, and I broke it, which wasn't a good sign. I did. I literally did break it. And then after out, and I went to my gym where they have those big ones where they, they weigh like cattle and things like that. And so I jumped on that, and I was 325. Last week I came in, and I was excited. I've been working out at least a couple of times a week, and I shot up to 342 pounds. So I went over 16 pounds, right? So, again, this month I wanted to make sure everybody kind of did their thing and kind of listen and whatnot. So I put out another little video, and I said, everybody listen. So I have it now. You guys ready to hear how much I'm up now?
Yeah.
I hope it's not. We're not. All right, here we go.
Salsa, everybody's trying to find out where I'm at. Thank you so much for listening today, and we are now today at 340. So I think it sounds like I lost 2 pounds.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
I'll take it.
You're down.
That's a
Sí
start.
se puede.
That's a start.
And I want to say one thing, guys. I don't know if it might have been that I was just wearing lighter shorts or what the situation is, but I'm going to take it. I consider that a win, big time.
I am so proud of you, and I want to tell you, Ben, that it has inspired me. This last week, okay, I need to lose a few pounds. I need to tone up. That's what I need to do. And I actually did a workout. My husband take this 3-step workout or something. Kicked my butt. Or it should have been a half hour because we took a break in between.
Right.
I did a workout, and I've maintained my. So
Really?
that's my report.
Nice.
And these guys here.
Yeah, I went. After last week, I went myself. It was 178 point something, and I 2 pounds.
Nice.
2 for 2.
So
Goodness.
I'll take 2, and I'm working it. I'm working on it.
Absolutely, guys. I'm 100% for
Okay,
that.
so let me get this. 178, you said?
178
So now you're
from
170.
178 to 176.
And you
So
were
3 weeks ago, I was 325. Then I went to 342.
Yep.
And now I'm at 340.
40. Okay, and that's been okay.
We need to make a little and Martin, where are you at, bud? What's going on?
Now I weigh 168 on a sort of liquid diet.
That's
What does that mean?
It means I've had diarrhea for 5 days.
Well, he's wearing the University of Arizona shirt. I would be having diarrhea too.
Hey,
That was against
you know what? I feel bad for my 6th ranked U of A Wildcats that today played ASU down the street.
Oh, how'd it go?
They lost by Yeah.
Football or basketball?
basketball.
Are you serious?
Yes. Well, football's over.
Right. Well, I don't know either, but there you go.
I have a sports.
Okay.
How do you fix soccer?
Uh,
Pick up the ball and throw it down the field. Thank you, Julian. Julian is the only one that got that. Thank you, Julian.
I don't get
fix soccer.
Football.
You kick the soccer ball.
Yes. How do you
Okay.
fix
Oh.
soccer? You pick up the ball, you throw it down the field.
Very slow here. What are you going to say?
Yeah,
You know what? I'm not going to tell any more jokes.
Reverend said have you lost weight? Are you doing anything?
I have went down from 256 down to
You were weighing 256? Really?
At one point I was, yes.
Wow.
I'm down to 220.
Oh, congratulations.
Really? 34 pounds. That's awesome. No, 36.
Now, I'm going to get down to 200.
Wow, that'd be awesome.
A friend of mine a nutritionist gave me a 3 diet. First day, you eat anything you want to eat. The second day, you don't eat any food, don't eat anything that's cooked, that's fried, or baked. Third, you don't eat anything with salt or sugar in it.
And are you
And
pretty faithful?
you drink.
So what'd you do? Just drink water?
You drink a lot of water, and you get you some real good amino acid tab pill, vitamin, and just drink water.
Water's key.
Gotta
drink water.
And that water, well, one of the things that a lot of us, when we're trying to lose weight, we understand is when John Wayne passed away, and they did the autopsy of him, he had 55 pounds of feces
He did?
in his
I remember
intestines.
that.
Ew.
And so a lot of us with us.
Are you calling me a pile of poop? Is that what it is?
Jabba the Hutt.
That sounds what it
You know,
sounds
we come
like.
back next week. I had a colon.
32.
Wow,
Hey, before we
For scale.
Valentine's Day.
things, we got Valentine's coming up, as well as we just opened up our corporate offices, and we want to give out our number for people, for advertisers out there who are listening or saying, I want to be a part of Chips and Salsa. Please give us a call. 47 again, 602-888-447. We're going to put it on all our social. So if you are an advertiser, if you just want to call, or you just want to talk to us, say, hey, we love the show, or we're going to tell everybody. Let us know. If you hate the show, then just stay home and don't call anybody.
Don't call us during the show, though.
You can, because it's not in the studio right now.
That's
but it's
right.
all good.
I'll get
We won't answer.
Check us on Facebook, guys. We need to break that 500.
What was
I
the
know.
question? We didn't. There was one lady that wrote that she gets her news the same place where she gets her shoes. So I don't know what that means, but that was
I know. What does that say about our culture?
exactly.
I ain't gonna touch that.
There are lots of isms, but the worst one is journalism.
Oh, man. Wow. Okay. How many?
Parting thought. That is my parting thought
parting thought.
for the day. You could say, what did Martin say? What was the last thing? The worst ism is journalism.
Journalism.
But we always spice it up here on Chips and Salsa.
Of course.
Guys, we're going to take off. We're almost out of here, and we just wanted to tell you guys listening this week right here on Chips and Salsa. Next week is Valentine's Day. We will be here. So
With a special Valentine's Day show.
it's going to be exciting.
It's my daughter's birthday too on
Nice.
Valentine's Day.
Ah,
Is it really?
February
What's your
14th.
Los todos.
Valerie.
Valerie.
Big love.
Thank you,
Valeria.
Reverend Jackson, for coming.
Thank you, Reverend.
Absolutely. We'll
Thank
see you
for
guys.
the invitation.
We'll see y'all next week. It's Chips and Salsa.
Welcome.
It's the hits one.
Great job, guys.
Nice job.
Sure, you're not just saying that.
No.
I had to.
You're not
The chips and salsa candles.
We're gonna pull out the Cavassier.
Hey, Mark.
I had to.
Hello there.